Hello, this is Taylor with Fox Pool Management. So for this video, we're going to be just having a talk about what do all your chemicals do? Like when you're adjusting all of your chemicals such as chlorine, pH, alkalinity, calcium, cyanuric acid, like what do those do? Why do you adjust them? Let's start with the basics. Chlorine, this one you probably already know, but your chlorine is going to keep your pool from turning green. It's going to keep your pool the right color, clear and blue, and it's also going to kill off bacteria, and it acts as a sanitizer for the pool. The next thing is pH. Now pH is going to be something that if out of balance, so if it's too high or too low, will mess with the pool itself, and that's going to be like a lot of the other ones as well. It will do things such as just like mess with the pool walls and the pipes and the filter system itself. And then additionally on top of that, high pH will make it so that chlorine is less effective. So you want to be able to keep that in balance so that your chlorine can actually do its job. Now, additionally, there's alkalinity. What does alkalinity do if it's not in balance? Your alkalinity will be something that affects your pH. If your alkalinity is too low, your pH will also probably be too low. And even if you tried to balance the pH specifically, the pH would go up and then it would just bounce right back down a day or two later. It's just called, a pH bounce when that happens. So you want to make sure that you adjust the alkalinity first, either raising it or lowering it, and then your pH will be able to be balanced much more appropriately. On top of that, alkalinity also messes with the pool if it's out of balance. It will do a lot of the same stuff as like pH will do if it's out of balance. It'll just mess with the pool itself. Though don't panic, because oftentimes if it's out of balance, it's not really going to hurt people too much. It's in the Taylor test kit, it specifically says there might be mild irritation to the eyes and whatnot. So people usually pull themselves out of the pool in those cases anyways. So next thing here is going to be your cyanuric acid, I guess. We'll do that one. So cyanuric acid, this gets into the pool naturally as you, especially with tablet chlorine systems, it will naturally be put into the pool with those. And if your cyanuric acid gets up to like the 50, 60 plus range, then it's going to, you have the potential to have your chlorine be made ineffective. So even if you have chlorine in the pool, like let's say you have like 3, 5, 10 chlorine in the pool, it's not going to do anything to keep your pool clear if your cyanuric acid is too high. So you need to make sure that stays lowered. Unfortunately, the only way to lower your cyanuric acid is to dump out water and refill the pool, which is a very much tedious process. So try to just keep an eye on that. Next, there's calcium, which calcium doesn't really interact with the others too much, but it's going to do the same things. If it's out of balance, it will mess with the pool itself, peel up plaster, things like that. So you want to make sure the calcium stays in balance as well. So all these kind of work interchangeably. Other things that will affect this, so let's talk about liquid chlorine in tablets. So if you're putting chlorine in your pool, liquid chlorine will naturally, as you're adding it, raise your pH. So you're going to naturally, over the course of a couple of days or so, that's going to automatically bump it up and you'll eventually reach an 8 on your pH. Then on the flip side, your chlorine tablets will actually do the opposite, where they drag down your pH as you're putting in more chlorine. So that's why you want to be careful of putting too much chlorine in, because then that can mess with your pH balancing as well. And then of course that will mess with other things. So I believe that is really it for the moment on the just chemical balancing. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.